What's going on, everyone? In this video today, we're going to go over the various USA Powerlifting National Championships that were just announced so that you can figure out which one is the right one for you. So let's get right into the video. Alrighty everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning into another video. As you can see, I'm already here on my computer. We're gonna go right into this video. Basically what happens, I put up a video on January 7th going over the latest powerlifting news at the international, national, and local level. And a couple days later, USA Powerlifting came out and announced all their national championships. But it works out better this way because now we can go more in depth into the nationals, as there's some confusion with people of which ones to do. So we can do a whole video breaking it down. And if you're new here to the channel, you didn't see the previous video, you don't know who I am. My name is Venmo Khamesi. I'm a powerlifting coach, athlete, referee, and meet director. So I make videos on this channel to help out those groups of people. So let's go on over to my computer. As always, you go to USAPowerlifting.com, and if you go down here to the news section, you can see right here, January 9th, National Championships 2021, when and where. So we click on that one, and that's gonna give us all the information about the various national championships with the links to the website and information about qualifying totals, national team selection, and more. So we'll start right at the top. The first one is the Military, Police, and Fire Nationals, hosted by Robert Keller, right here in Florida. That's gonna be March 20th and 21st. So that one was already as planned. Nothing has changed with that. So that's basically the Military Nationals. We'll move on to the next one. This is where the first change happens. And with these next few nationals, the way you have to think about it is that now it's by age divisions, not necessarily raw and equipped. And if you go look at the IPF calendar, which we did in the previous video, you'll see that IPF World Championships are kind of going to the age division championships as well. So Masters, Raw, and Equipped are already together. And in the coming years, you're going to see the Sub Juniors and Juniors, Raw and Equipped, be together, with the Open being separated out from that for the Classic Worlds. So you can see that here, where they used to be the Collegiate Nationals and it's Raw and Equipped. Now they're adding in the Junior Raw and Junior Equipped Nationals. So they're pulling out the Raw Juniors from Raw Nationals, putting them into here in the Collegiate Nationals, pulling out the Equipped Juniors from Open Nationals and putting them here in the Collegiate Nationals. So if you want to compete in the Raw Junior division and be the Raw Junior National Champion, then you have to go here to Collegiate Nationals, which is going to be hosted by Travis Warner, April 8th through 11th in Louisiana. And again, you can see his website here. His entry form is up. He also has an Instagram page that you can follow where he's already been putting up information about the schedule and how you can compete if you want to do, let's say, Raw Juniors and Equipped Juniors, or let's say you want to do Raw Juniors, you want to do Equipped Collegiate. So all those different options out there, he has that there on his website and on Instagram, so that's where you want to check it out. Next, we'll go to the next change that you can see here, with the high school nationals, is now they're pulling the Raw teens out of Raw Nationals and pulling the Equipped teens out of Open Nationals and putting them here in the high school nationals. So similar to what was going on with the Collegiate Nationals, which now includes the juniors, with the high school nationals is going to now include the teens. So again, if you want to be a Raw Teen National Champion, then you have to go here to the high school and teen nationals. You can't go to a Raw Nationals because Raw Nationals, as we know it for this year, and we'll see going forward, is no longer what it used to be. So you can see that here, that's going to be hosted by Dan and Jen Gaudreau. End of May. It was originally scheduled for March. It's already postponed to the end of May, but you want to continue to monitor this to see if it gets postponed again based on what the situation is in Colorado. But again, they have their website up, and their website has all their information for you to keep track if you want to enter this championship. So we'll go to the next one. This is probably the most important one. This is probably the one that people had most questions about because it's the one they want to attend. And you can see the wording is a little bit confusing. There's so many age divisions here, so many different meets here with different commas and everything like that. So let's go one by one and break it down. And the first part we want to look at is right here. And what that is saying is that's going to be the Open and Masters Nationals for Raw and Equipped in the full meet. So for Raw Nationals, the teens have been pulled out into high school. The juniors have been pulled out of Collegiate. So what is left over? The Open and Masters. So if you want to compete in the Open Raw Nationals or the Masters Raw Nationals, then this is the event. In addition to that, the same thing happens on the Equipped side with Open Nationals. The teen and the juniors have been pulled out. So if you want to be the Open Equipped National Champion or you want to be the Masters Equipped National Champion, this is the meet for you. All right, and then separate from that, we have a different championship right here. That's going to be the Youth Nationals. Okay, so this is a small meet. Usually it's one platform, one day, 20 to 30 lifters. So they're just combining that with this other national championship because they can just fit it in there in one day or maybe even one session, depending on how you'll enter. So that's a different national championship, Youth Nationals. And then we go to right here. This is going to be a different nationals, and that is the Bench Press Nationals. So for the Bench Press Nationals, they did not change anything. They did not split off the age divisions. So you can see that the Bench Press Nationals is going to be Raw and Equipped, and it's going to be the teen, the juniors, the open, and the masters all combined. So that one is unchanged. And you can see that the USA Powerlifting National Office is going to run this event. It's going to be June 14 through 19, and it's going to be here in Florida, Daytona Beach. All right, so hopefully that helps clear things out. If you, again, want to compete in Raw Junior Nationals, be the Raw Junior National Champion, you can't go to Daytona. You have to go to Collegiate Nationals. If you want to be the Raw Teen National Champion, you have to go to, again, the High School Nationals, where the Teen Nationals combine with it. For the one in Florida, it is only going to be the Open and Masters division for that Raw 3-lift and the Equipped 3-lift. Then separate from that is the Youth Nationals if you're in that 8 to 13 year age group. And then separate from that is the Bench Press Nationals, which combines Raw and Equipped all age divisions. All right, and as we go down further, we'll get more information about the various national championships. So you can see here that it's going to be only 2 platforms. So it's no longer going to be the 5 platform meet that we've seen at Raw Nationals and at Collegiate Nationals. It is going to be a 2 platform meet with some days having 2 sessions and some having 3 sessions, okay? So this is going to be a smaller event, so we have to wait and see what the schedule is going to be and who they're going to let in and how many people in total they're going to have. But there you go, it's going to be 2 platforms. And then as far as the schedule, we have some information here where they're saying that all the masters are going to be lifting together. Then all the open are going to be lifting together. And then separate from that, all the bench press lifters from Bench Nationals will be lifting together, and Raw and Equipped are going to be held on different days. And then also here it says all the youth will be lifting together. So if you want to enter multiple events or multiple age divisions at that one in Florida, then you're possibly going to be on different days. You're going to have to enter in twice, you're going to have to weigh in twice, and you're going to have to compete twice. So you can't enter Raw Masters and Raw Open and only lift 1 time. You're going to have to lift 2 times. So that is something you want to take into account depending on which championship you want to do for that Florida event. All right, as we go further down, you can see the national meeting will take place on Sunday, June 20th at that meet. For qualifying totals, they extended how far out you can qualify. So normally it would be 2020 and 2021, but they extended it to now January 1st. So anything in 2019, 2020, or 2021, you can use those for qualifying totals for these national championships. And then you can also look at the new qualifying totals for the 69 kilo class and the 76 kilo class, the new women's weight classes. Below that, you can see the national team selection. One thing to note is that if you want to be considered for any of the open national teams, it says you have to compete in the open age division. So it doesn't matter if you have the highest raw junior total, let's say at junior nationals in Louisiana, more than anyone at the open nationals in Florida. If you do not enter the open division, you're not going to be considered for the open team. But on the flip side, you can be considered the other way. So here it says if you are a teen, junior, master who competes in the open division in the 3-lift, you will be ranked in the sub-junior, junior, and masters teams, again, based on your year of birth. So it doesn't matter that you didn't enter the junior nationals in Louisiana, or you didn't enter even the masters nationals in Florida. If you entered the open age division, you'd be considered for your other age division, again, based on your year of birth and the IPF age divisions. So some strategy may come in there where if maybe you're a top junior lifter and you're gonna be competitive in the open, you may make the podium or even win nationals, then maybe you don't wanna go to Collegiate Nationals that also has the junior nationals connected with it in April, and instead wait till June to do the open nationals and be considered for both the junior and open. All right, and as we continue, you can see here for the bench press, you have to compete in the bench only event. For the 3-lift, you're only gonna be ranked as the alternate, not the primary selection. So if you wanna be on the bench team, you have to do the bench press nationals. And then most people know, but just here as a note, the military, police, and fire nationals doesn't have an international competition. There's no world championship for it. So you're just doing it for the national championship. All right, so that breaks down the qualifying totals and the national team selection. And again, there may be some strategy there if you want to wait till the last meet, which is that open raw nationals and the open equipped nationals, so that you know exactly what other people did at the high school and teen nationals, you know exactly what everyone did at the collegiate and junior nationals, and then you know exactly what to beat at that open and masters nationals. All right, and while they did not announce the schedule based on what they have on their website of saying how the masters and open are going to be separate, how the raw and equipped are going to be separate, the bench press is going to be separate, we can maybe take some guesses what the schedule is going to be. But what I will note is I'm not part of the executive committee. I'm not part of any of these national championships. I don't have any insider information. I know people have been asking me for insider information, but all I know right now is what's on the website. But we can try and take an estimate of what the schedule may be based on the information they've given. So for example, there's some days that are going to be 2 sessions and some days that are going to be 3 sessions. It all depends on how many people enter each event. But what we can start doing is building a schedule where maybe early on it's going to be the Masters Nationals. So first could be Raw Masters, for example here. And then day 2 could be the Equip Masters. So here we do the Equip Masters, and here we do the Equip Masters. So you can knock out your Masters Nationals that way. All right, and then to match that, now that we're done with the Masters, we could be going to the Open, so we could have the Raw Open here. But the difference is that possibly we're gonna have more lifters in the Open than in the Masters. So while the Masters may take 1 day each for Raw and Equipped, the Open may take 2 days each for the Raw and Equipped. So it could be something like this, where we have 2 days Raw Open Nationals, 2 days Equipped Open Nationals, and then the 20th you have the NGB right there. Okay, so you can look like that, like your base schedule. And then from there, they can fit in the youth and the bench press where they need to. So maybe they put the youth nationals here, because typically there's less Equip Masters than there is Raw Masters. So this day may be quicker, and then Youth Nationals is short, so that will be quicker. They could also flip it where the Youth Nationals is the first session, and then the Equip Nationals is the second and third session. So this could be flipped. Again, we're guessing here. So let me fix this real quick. It could possibly look like this, where Youth is first, and then Equip Masters is second session, and then the night session. And then they have to fit bench nationals in here depending on how many sessions it is. But you could do, for example, your Raw bench here, and your Raw bench here, and then your Equip bench here, and then your Equip bench here. So you could have it something like that, where you have a few nights where you have the third session in there, but they are smaller sessions, because here the bench is only 1 lift. It's going to be faster than if you're doing the full power, that is a 3 lift. So these will be shorter sessions that they can fit in there. And then here they could either do the Youth Nationals earlier in the morning, or have it flipped like I had earlier, where they're doing the Equip Masters first and the Youth Nationals second. So this is the kind of idea of how it can be, where for example, if you want to lift in the Raw Open Nationals and the Equipped Open Nationals, maybe it'll be like on June 16th and June 18th. Or maybe you'll be, if you're a heavyweight, you'll be June 17th and June 19th, but you're gonna get that date in between. And same thing for bench. If you wanna do, let's say, a Raw bench and Equipped bench, you might be the 16th and 18th. Now, if you start doing things like, okay, you're gonna be the Raw Open and then the Equipped bench, maybe you're on back-to-back days. It just depends on which weight classes are putting on which day and which weight class you happen to be in. But again, this kind of gives an idea of what it possibly could be. And again, maybe we don't get a big turnout for some of these divisions, or maybe nationals in general. Maybe people don't want to get a plane. Maybe people don't want to compete. It's too early. So maybe let's say Equipped Open will only be 3 sessions instead of 4 sessions. So they could actually have the Equipped bench here, and then they could do the awards here for all the best lifter trophies and all the team awards. So it could be some kind of adjustments like that. Again, I don't know the exact schedule. I'm just guessing here based on the information they put there on the website. All right, so hopefully that helped you out figuring out which nationals you can go to, and maybe which nationals you should be going to if you're trying to make a national team, and then maybe a possible schedule for that Florida event, because it's going to be the Raw Masters, the Equipped Masters, the Raw Open, the Equipped Open, the Youth, and the bench press. All right, and if you want to learn more information about how to make a US national team, you can check out this video I'm putting up here, a video that I went over how to make a national team, all information you need to know. And if you want to learn about how I became a national team head coach, so that maybe one day you can become an assistant coach or a head coach, you can check out this video that I put over here. Both those videos would be a great video for you to watch next if you're interested in those things. Other than that, hope you guys had a good day and you're gonna have a good week, and I'll see you in that next video.